Like in Texas, we get 66 cents on the dollar put into the Texas Treasury for every dollar of child support that's paid. Right? So the state is now highly incentivized to issue the maximum amount of child support. That's why in Texas, it's $500 million to the Texas budget.
If the state is profiting off of child support?
Correct. In most states, the Judicial Retirement Fund is funded from this money. So the more child support that's issued from the family courts, the larger the judicial retirement. It's a massive program. It's the size of the largest defense programs. So the incentives are absolutely huge.
Success, according to Paxton, for the state in the tune of possibly over 78 million in 2019. And that's for incentives. That's what they get from the federal government because they did so great. They received nearly 375 million between 2015 and 2019 in incentives. So it's big money for them to get out there and get it. But then when you get it by robbing people, you can't sit and brag about it. The children that he keeps mentioning don't seem to fare well at all with the money, considering that as of 2019, 18.9% of Texas children were living below the poverty line, ranking the Lone Star State 40th in the country. And again, because the child support cooperation mandate for welfare benefits exists, parents are forced to sign their rights over the state for $303 a month as of July 2020. How generous. The government owed debt was reported at $1.7 billion in 2019.
Texas has a family code in which it's assumed to be in the child's best interest that one parent get 24% of the time. And the reason 24% was chosen precisely is it maximizes Title IV-D reimbursement to the state at 24%. So the incentives are absolutely huge.
To get people to pay child support?
Correct. So the incentives are absolutely huge.
To get people to pay child support?
Correct. So the incentives are absolutely huge.
To get people to pay child support?
Correct.
So even married people, to get them to break up and then have to pay each other child support?
Absolutely, yeah.
The GOP pushes the fatherless crisis. President Obama tried to pass a bill where shared parenting always came along with child support orders. He tried to mandate it. They made it a strong recommendation. The GOP.
It doesn't take into account the income of both parents, and it doesn't take into account the amount of time you spend with the child. So family courts basically work off of fabricated evidence. Family courts basically work off of fabricated evidence. Child support systems in the state. It does has one of the worst child support systems in the state.